All right. We've got like 14,000 people. 14,000 people watching the stream right now, so I might as well start things off. Yo. How's it going? I wish we were meeting under better circumstances. Today, Junior. Rough one last night. They wasted an Arbor goal. Arbor Xhekaj scores in a game to tie it early. That you think that would propel the team to win. They did get 2 additional goals, but yeah, that the Xhekaj goal online. He's gonna want that back. I'm not. This isn't gonna be a pity party. Although we're like, I'll commiserate. That was rough. That was really bad. Really bad. Painful to watch. I'm really sorry reading the comments today. The individuals who went to the game. Yeah, I feel so bad. Like, I was looking at tickets in the nosebleeds and they were like $600, $700, $800. I don't know what it was in front of the glass, but I thought that I remember seeing there being tickets for $3,000. Really, really rough. Hope you guys didn't go to that game last night. Although it's definitely a memorable game. So memorable. I feel like I might be telling my therapist about it in like 5 years. Who was the best player on the ice last night? I want to take a poll. Curious what you think. Who's the best player on the ice last night? I put 3 options because I think those are the only players that played well last night. So Dovesh, Hudson, Demidov. It's hard not to vote Hudson. Demidov, for me, he's engaged. He's right there. That game he had, game 5, that was like his coming out party for the playoffs. He figured it out. He's got to come in at that level every shift. And he can be not game changing, but he can move the needle. Yeah. Hudson is basically always the MVP, so you almost don't want to vote for him. It's true. He's he controls the game. Makes sense. So thank you guys for being here because I think collectively we do need like a therapy session after the hell of Game 6. Excuse my language. HE double hockey sticks. Before we get into the hockey side of things, I just want to say thank you to everyone for supporting the channel lately. We now have less than, I think, 200 subscribers away to reach 25,000 subscribers, which is honestly just like, it's ridiculous. So seriously, thank you guys. Whether you've been here since I started rebuilding this channel after being a competitive gaming channel for a long time, a first-person shooter, gaming-related content, or if you found the video after I started doing hockey content, whether it be that first season where the Habs overcame expectations this season, if you're just becoming a member, yeah, thank you so much for being part of this community. But I did want to talk, like I said, I did want to talk about this game. I'm going to be kind of critical of certain players. I've always tried to be like a positive content creator for the Habs. But I've been doing this for a while now, 2 seasons, a little bit more than that. And I'm invested. I'm heavily invested. It was always a hobby to watch the Montreal Canadiens for me and keep up with them. But I'll admit, like, there were years there through the Pacioretty era that I dipped a little bit. And coming back to this new team, especially with Suzuki, who I admired his journey, and maybe it was the trade that made me kind of say, hey, maybe this is ushering in a new era. I really like Weber. You know, Price is one of my favorite goaltenders of all time. But things started to feel fresh. Yeah, I got so involved into the Montreal Canadiens, and also working from home, being a remote worker working from home. I was on social media a lot and I was keeping up with the Habs. I liked following opinions and giving my opinions, but the rebuild really rekindled my love affair with hockey, period. And of course, my team, the Montreal Canadiens. And yeah, I try to be a positive creator, but when they don't live up to expectations, but especially when they have a performance like last night's performance, I can get very critical and get frustrated with them. They had a chance to close out the series at home. The building was with them. They had momentum. They had the lead. And then the whole thing just completely collapsed. And I'm not looking at the chat, but some of you, oh, thanks, 67. As always, you're crushing it. Daily content, even after the turd of a game. I couldn't bring myself to do it. Don't forget, Florida lost 8-1 in this, Stanley Cup Finals, lost 2 more in a row, and then still won the cup. It's true. Well, I'll get to some positive stuff here. Oh, did somebody else? Oh, said cheers. Thank you, Simon. Simo. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know if some of you have already pointed to this, but I really feel being had 3-1 and then Mike Matheson, I know some of you criticized me for it, but I've been a real good supporter for Mike Matheson. When he took that 4-minute penalty, just waving his stick around for no reason. He wasn't lifting a stick. He just had his stick up in the air and thwacked. Who was it? He thwacked someone right on the gums. 4-minute penalty and they score. I said, when it happened, I said, that's okay. As long as they can last 2 minutes without letting something in. If they get 1 goal on this power play and Montreal plays their game, which they didn't after that, which was the problem, they'll be fine. But if they just didn't score there, if the penalty wasn't taken, the momentum was fully in Montreal's in their hands. They had all the momentum. Buffalo was going to run into a depression type game, giving up those goals, having their goalie chased. That was going to wedge its way into their brains, but they gave them momentum. The power play that they did capitalize on in the second minor. And they just let them up off the mat. And it's stupid to be mad at a professional athlete and say, I'm mad at Mike Matheson, but I feel like I'm mad at Mike Matheson's because I'm so invested in this, but it's stupid to think that way. So don't be like me. After that, they couldn't put it. They looked so disjointed. I'm getting ahead of myself here, but like being sewed in your zone like that, not moving the puck forward and lazily throwing the puck up the boards when there's 2 defenders up the boards, when there's when you have room, but you just decide to flip it up the boards against a defender or against 2 defenders. A lot of times last night, a lot of times they were throwing it up the boards when it was just the stupidest thing that they could have done. It shook my confidence in them because they've looked so great this series. When Buffalo won their games, they won, they won in kind of a convincing manner, but not like Montreal. They blew them out. And then they get blown out 10 times worse than what Montreal was capable of doing to the Sabres. So it shook my confidence, and I hate how I'm feeling about the Canadiens suddenly. So tonight, I want to do something a little bit different. We're going to react to what fans are saying, to what happened. Look at some of the chaos over at on Reddit, and we'll talk about what Montreal St. Louis could change in Game 7 to flip the switch. The defensive pairings, what they can do offensively, the goaltender situation. Yeah, because I didn't want this to happen. I didn't want it to come down to one game, but it's here. And Game 7 hockey, this is the silver lining is, no matter what happens, this is so good for this team, for this young team, that the window is just opening. This is adversity. This is being in the moment, understanding the pressures that go along with it, understanding how big it can get. So I'm glad that this is happening in a way. I'm not glad how it happened, but it's happening this way. So yeah, what do we got over here? I was thinking about doing something. Let me know if you think I'm an idiot for this, but the NHL puts out highlights. Can we scrub through this? Do you think 67? Do you think if I scrub through this and talk about like a play without like playing the video or playing any audio, you think I'm going to get hit with a copyright? I've never done it before. I've never done it because it's kind of a bad idea. But I think I want to do it. The first goal. There's also a lot of stuff on my screen. So I'm not sure if their bots would even pick this up. So Slavkovsky. If you don't go longer than 5 seconds, video should be fine. Yeah. Slavkovsky last night. Disappointing game for him. I don't want to dogpile him. I was thinking of, after doing the poll for who was the best player on the ice for the Habs last night, who was the worst player, because he was kind of up there for me. Yeah, he's carrying the puck out of the zone here. Oh my gosh, okay. And he falls along the boards, right? Where is he? Oh, he's already fallen. Yeah, this isn't going to work. Unless I play it. Yeah, he falls along the boards. The puck gets turned over. What happens next? So the puck gets brought into the zone. They fight for it behind the net. Slav is here along the boards. What's that? Yikes. Yikes. Flips the puck to, is that Benson? Benson gets it over. I think that it eventually gets behind the net again. Oh yeah, no. Slav's shift is not done here. Watch this. Slav is defending. Who is this? Oh, Dahlin. Dahlin easily jukes him. Can we see that again? I'm going to probably get dinged for this, aren't I? Oh, he goes down in like a half slide. I see that comment a lot, Chris, that he's probably still like coming out of the fog. I don't think that's it. He's just playing like not good. I think that he's not meeting the moment because maybe it is pressure. Maybe he's feeling it a little bit. I think that he needs to, well, I'm getting ahead of myself again, but I think he needs to be given different missions. Suzuki, Caulfield, and Slav, they're not working. I don't think that there's any harm in changing that. If you're following me, I think Demidov deserves a little more extra time on line one. I know that they give him an opportunity every now and then, but I think it wouldn't hurt to do what they did to Slav a while ago and say, hey, go down on that second line and see what you can do down there, buddy. And that's when he unlocked himself a little bit. And so I think that could be something we could do. I'm not going to show any personal information here. I'm always worried about that. Okay, let's see the meltdown on r/Habs. Should we have made a move at deadline after all? This was just posted a minute ago. It's a good prompt. Should they have made a move? I think in terms of how they could have added to the arsenal and added a piece that could have made the team instantly better. Yeah, I really wish they would have made a move, but it has to be the right player. I would have loved to seen a big right-handed defenseman who can clear the front of the net. I've said that 1,000 times. There wasn't a whole lot of options. There's some rentals. Prices were way too high. Exactly. And then Philadelphia started getting into it. Rasmus Ristolainen was a no-go. I think that they may have barked up that tree a little bit, according to analysts. or insiders, I should say. Thank you so much for the super. Thanks for all the Habs coverage. Love your videos. Keep up the great work. You are very welcome. Thank you for being part of this community. What is it? Is it Azuan? Azuan? Thank you, Azuan. He sure. I love the he sure speculation. We need to have a discussion about Carrier. Carrier has not been good. He gets lost in the sauce, man. I can't defend him anymore. He's not coming out though. He's right shot defenseman. We'll talk about that. Okay, yeah, I saw this one. This is a good one. Never change lane. Habs embarrassing 8-3 loss at home and going to game 7. Yay, more hockey. Did you see the interview with him afterwards? He's like, I think we're all just excited to play more hockey. Probably the most optimistic thing you could have said without like the fans being like, you have no right being optimistic. Because Suzuki was like, that's probably the worst game we've ever played. And Mike Matheson was like, I don't want to talk about how bad we are, but we're going to bounce forward game 7. And then Martin St. Louis didn't really have interest about talking too in depth about how poorly they played, but he definitely came out and said, yeah, that was unacceptable. It was not a good game by anyone. Oh yeah, somebody posted. I don't even know where these cards come from. Did they used to give these out at games? It's cool. That's cool. Whatever. That's a great shot of Petrie. Gar Bettman just emailed me. The Canadiens will beat Buffalo tomorrow. Gary Bettman at NHL.com. Hi, just a quick note to let you know that the Canadiens will beat Buffalo tomorrow. I don't want to get into details, but trust me on this one. Enjoy the game. Gary. Oh, that's a relief. I think that this is a joke about how the official NHL Facebook page released schedules for the next round with Buffalo and Carolina. So people were like, script's been released. Scheduled post. But yeah, I poured cold water on that. If there really was a script, like, I mean, obviously somebody would leak that. Well, I don't know. Maybe your whole family would get wiped out if you leaked the information that the NHL scripts their games or whatever. But yeah, it would be so counterintuitive for the NHL to say, hey, we're rigging the game so that Montreal loses, because Montreal, the series, and Montreal so far in the NHL has been the biggest ratings giant for the NHL. I think that even the next closest series is like 1/3 of the audience that Montreal has gotten. And I'm talking like Edmonton too, and Ottawa did not perform well for ratings. So yeah, funny, comical. I like that. I like that bit. I like the bit of it being scripted, and A reminder before Habs versus Sabres Game 7. With the Habs versus Sabres Game 7 tomorrow, we have a simple reminder. Stay out of the Buffalo Sabres subreddit. Yeah. Yeah, people can't just be nice to each other. Girl thoughts. Okay, do I want to read this? My boyfriend got me into this team last couple of years. I normally hate sports. The toxic masculinity is too much for me. LOL, but I'm fully in love with this team. They're salted. I truly feel, and of course I'm very biased, but I truly feel like the Montreal community, the Habs community, is among, if not the most welcoming community for all people. Yeah, it just seems that way. It's Demidov time on the first line. Here we go. This is what I wanted to get to here. Slav is clearly struggling yesterday with the horrible giveaways. It's time to mix things up like Buffalo did and give them a different look. They can always switch back if things don't look good, but they're down to one game winner take all. Demidov has been great these last 3 games. We might as well talk about this now. I don't know how this stream is going to go. I decided to do this around 7:00 when my wife got back from work. So yeah, we're just going to run with it, right? But it really feels like Lindy Ruff made a bunch of changes. Let's take a look at Ruff. So Benson, Norris, Thompson. Thompson, he's their star player. And how bad has he been this series? But Benson has risen to the occasion. Norris performing excellently. And now with Thompson on the wing, he's playing the hits. But Martin St. Louis has this freaking resistance to doing what seems like the most common sense, that he'll drag it along until he has no other options. And then he's like, well, I have to do the thing that everybody wants me to do. But it's because I believe that it's out of respect for players that he's going to demote or whatever. He wants players to wait in line and feel like they're holistically getting like promoted, or if they're not living up to expectations, get demoted. Have good reasoning. If you're confusing your players about why they're being shot up the lines or down, I think it sends a bad message to the players, and it could get you in trouble. It could get the locker room in trouble, and I think that they're super cautious about that. Oops. Doan, McLeod, Tuck. Again, like Tuck needs to be activated, but Josh Doan and McLeod have been working in this series. And then Hellenis, Zucker, Quinn, yeah, they've been, scrapping. They've been right there. But Hellenis has completely boosted what they're able to do. They're anyway. Yeah, I totally jumped what I was expecting to talk about, but that's okay. Okay, let's go back to this. But I agree. Demidov, give him more time on line 1. See if he could do something. If he goes in, I love Slav on line 1. The idea is he goes in, he regains puck control, he gets it to Caulfield, he gets it to Suzuki. But Demidov has the ability to carry and protect the puck. Really, he's got a real great ability for it. I have to watch what I'm saying because it's so easy to misspeak and lose what you're trying, like your objective statement. But I feel like giving Demidov the opportunity to try to give Caulfield specifically time and space, where Slavkovsky, he can play the formula really well. He keeps it. He's strong on the puck, and he's good at retrieval, and he can often beat two defenders in a battle, which it rises you to a status that's you're extremely important on the team if you're able to do that. So he's got those skills. He'll always have those skills. He's awesome. I just think that right now they need to change the chemistry of the team a little bit. And I think that instead of that hard on the puck retrieval type player, they could instead use Demidov, who has puck protection skills and is dynamic and versatile and creates chaos and creates time and space, which time and space with Slav, I think it is a little bit more tenuous with him. Like, it's not something that he does with his style, if that makes sense. So yeah, I would love to see a little bit of more rope given to Demidov on that top line. Am I missing a lot in the comments? I'm sorry. You guys are so great and talk so much, and I've always wanted to be the type of streamer that can address everything that's going on in the comments. We're talking about top 6 players. Yeah, I mean, adding to the top 6 would be excellent. I have a controversial opinion. I think that a lot of people are writing Kapanen off and saying he hasn't been good. No, he hasn't been good. But I think that they are hiding an injury. Hage is not ready for the playoffs. Lots of development. Yep, definitely. If you put Hage in, it would be a great learning experience for him. He's not the black ace. He's not the black ace that you want, especially in this series, but just in this playoff season. I've seen that Harrison Carrier didn't have a good game. Already seeing Reinbacher, I think he's better. Yeah, that last game with Reinbacher when he punched against Philadelphia, when he punched Porter Martone in the face in front of the net, and Porter Martone was like, it's like, what? You just punched me. What the heck? I really like that game from Reinbacher, although he didn't play all that much. He played very boring, and I love that. A stay-at-home defenseman with some size, and he's rangy. He's got long freaking arms and sadly long gangly legs where I hope that the knees are get to pull some conditioning on those bad boys, daddy long legs. And I could see him becoming kind of, with maybe not as much physicality, but like a Slavin type defenseman. Okay. It's just, I can talk forever. The ultimate jinx post. Screw it. Time to lighten up and give positive stats for us. Lindy Ruff has a 1-4 Game 7 record as coach. Habs have a better away record than the Sabres. Home record is 5-2-0 versus 2-4-0. Habs are 5-0 after a loss. Last time the Sabres won a blowout game 6-1 against Boston away. They lost the following game 1-2 in overtime. The only Game 7 experience the Sabres have on their roster is Luke Shen and Logan Stanley. both scratched, right? Last game. Safe to say it won't go well for Buffalo if they play Game 7 since both are liabilities. And this is, I guess, a stat. Rough Game 7s every 10 years, 2 to 4. Where do we leave off? Rough Game 7s every 10 years, 2 to 4 loss, 05-06, 1 to 6 loss, 15-16, 25-26. That said, this is either a huge jinx or a good advantage to have. Go Habs, go. History has a way of repeating itself, but every time I see this applied to hockey logic, lately, it's like I'm coming in at the exact right moment for it, just not for history not to work out like you think it would. I mean, Corey Perry didn't even get to the Stanley Cup Finals this season. What the heck? That actually, he could get there. Somebody could like buy him tickets. He could be a part of the audience. I suggested that if Montreal gets to the Stanley Cup Finals, they contact their opponents to say, hey, we're looking for a set of tickets. We know somebody who wants to attend the game. Can you provide tickets to Corey P? He'll pick them up at the ticket booth. So the team will be bringing Corey Perry to the Stanley Cup Finals. Hey? Anyway, Lane Hudson deserves to be named alternate captain. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to read through that one or give it any time. What changes would you like to see Game 7? Let's jump into this. This is a pretty smart community everywhere, even on Reddit. No changes. These are the guys that brought you. Yep. Joe Valeno. He's due, though. He's not been playing well. Can you play a good game, Joe? Please? Because you had some great moments already in these playoffs, but geez, these last couple of games. The hit up high where he was looking for the call, and he should have gotten the call. This is all water under the fridge, by the way. He stopped playing a little bit there. Everybody was expecting a penalty because there should have been one. But you can't do that. Can't do that. Got to keep playing. What he should have done, actually, or like, who knows, but if he went down, there might have been a call. Or I think somebody had said this, if Gooley sees the hit and he goes after him, get some roughing together, I think Montreal they either come out with 4-on-4 or with offsetting penalties, or they come out with a power play, but the goal wouldn't have been scored. Not that it really matters. Water under the fridge. Best case, Ontario. Worst case, Ontario. Let's read this. It's the top one. No changes. These are the guys that brought them where you are. Ride and die with them. If you make drastic changes and it fails, then you have a lot of what ifs. That said, would start the Anderson line, the opening puck drop. 100,000%. What are they? Why? Learn the tempo of the game. Especially playing Buffalo at home. If I see the Suzuki line out, Buffalo at home, with last change, I'm going to freak. I'll freak out. They get scored on in the first minute. I'm biting my tongue a little bit because the first line, they are. I'm gonna bite my tongue. Yeah, they're getting sowed way too much in their zone. They're just getting. I'm not gonna say it. 100% this. With Veleno, I would really. It's very tempting to see what Gallagher would provide. But the problem with Gallagher is he's getting 6 minutes. And against this Buffalo team, they are fast. This is fighting fire with fire. And Montreal, by and large, this series has been putting the fire out. But you put Gallagher on there, the weight becomes heavier for all of these guys. Everybody else has to do more. Gallagher can inject his type of hockey, his style of hockey. And that could be a boost, but how many minutes did Veleno get? Joseph Veleno. Did you know that Joe Veleno was given exceptional status? Oh. I mean, if Veleno's going to play 6 minutes a night. Nine minutes and 56 seconds, 9 minutes and 59 seconds. Is that good? That it's so close? Does that mean that the coaching staff is doing their job? I think it does. Yeah, there's something that's really tempting about putting Gallagher in there. For me, I don't know about y'all. Don't know about y'all. Would not shock me if Kapanen or Galley was in for Veleno. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. There's been really a poll lately for saying, I trust Martin St. Louis. Texier with Bolduc and Doc. Gallagher with Deneau and Anderson. I don't hate it. Put Galley back in. Probably stick with the same group, assuming everyone is healthy. Is Veleno hurt? Broken nose, maybe? He didn't play after the elbow to the face. It's a weird theory. Oops. If Veleno is hurt, then Galley in for Veleno. Okay. This is some line other than the top line starts the game. Yep. Keep Slav on the top line to start, but on a short leash. If they are getting hemmed in the D zone again or not getting shots, Demi goes to the top line for Cole or Slav. That's interesting. More discipline, no stupid double minor, high sticking penalty. Like, I don't know. Certainly, that's not what Matheson was trying to do, but what the frig, man? Play with heart, win puck battles, make some hits. Yeah, that would have been good. That's a good call. Keep the game simple, shoot the puck, go to the net, get the rebounds, forget the fancy plays. Yeah. Drive the net more. Anderson, you're driving the net perfect amount. Just the forehand backhand flip, forehand back flip. Just shoot. No, shoot. Just try a shot. Forehand shot. Don't got to do the fancy. No, just forehand shot. Aim high. Aim high, short side, close or long. Whatever. No, the backhand flip right in front. The goaltenders are following you every single time. Goes in sometimes. Us scoring way more goals than them. What? Galley has earned the right to play Game 7. Last time he was pulled in after a stretch in the press box. He scored on his first shift and they won the game. His heart is undeniable. His leadership is by example. Yesterday they looked disengaged. He has never looked disengaged a day in his life. He's our warrior. He's our warrior, and he's a veteran that the kids look up to. No way he sits tomorrow. If I was a betting man, I would say that Gallagher is not playing tomorrow. The lineup is going to look the same in terms of the players, but there's going to be chaos, maybe not in the lineup, but throughout the game. I think that Martin St. Louis will take a page out of John Cooper's handbook from the first series and make a lot of changes in the game. All right, enough with this. This is fun, though. I'm glad that we talked about that. How are we doing with time? Holy smokes. We got a lot of people here. Thank you for joining. We're currently up to 58,000 people watching. We're the biggest stream in the world right now. It's not true. Slav is all of us when we get the 4 minute. Yeah. I think that Cole's reaction to in this is underrated. Slav is frame mogging Cole. Did I use that term correctly? But I love Cole's blank, but somewhat like judgmental, angry expression. And then Martin St. Louis looks like he was just told that his puppy was killed outside the arena. Unleash the sheriff tomorrow night. Unleash him. So I didn't see any discourse about this. What did we think about the hit that Arbor had late in the game? Was there any reaction to that? Gallagher, I talked basically all season about wanting to occasionally sit him in the regular season. The reason for that would be exactly this, so you can inject him into the lineup. I love this by North of 60 Second Hockey. did I say north of 62nd hockey? 67 hockey. We are so linked on like the reasoning behind these opinions. Sometimes in the playoffs, obviously there's black aces. They come in, they can inject some life into things. They can come in for an injury. Get their opportunity. Maybe it's a young budding star that just finished their campaign in the AHL or NCAA or whatever, and they're untested, but maybe they could really pull an incredible game that would make you never miss that fourth liner who is riding the pine. Gallagher provides essentially the same thing, except more. He's a veteran. He knows how important these games are. He knows the urgency required in these games. And sometimes I know that Martin St. Louis says he'll never blame it on maturity or the age of the group. But sometimes, I think that younger players can use that one guy in the locker room talking about that. And no doubt he's created relationships on the team, and say what you will about his personality. I find that he comes off as kind of not a phony, but he's like the guy, if you were at a party with Gallagher and you could maybe get trapped in a conversation with him. You know what I mean? Like, he's the guy that's like, oh yeah, remember back in that's the year that I won the scoring record for just continuously talk about himself. But he's respected among the group. I think by most players. So I like what he could provide to the group, and this might be the exact right opportunity to do it. Any comments about the Xhekaj hit? Don't look like it. I kind of got sidetracked there. What was it? Did it turn into a 10-minute misconduct? It did, right? Xhekaj was gone. Of course, you all noticed that St. Louis puts Xhekaj out for the last 30 seconds, right? That's on purpose, obviously. Arber Xhekaj, 10-minute misconduct. Yeah. 17-16. Jake Evans, 2-minute minor for roughing against Dahlin. Josh Norris, 2-minute minor for slashing against Mike Matheson. Zach Benson, 10-minute misconduct. Carrier, 10-minute misconduct. Jake Evans, 10-minute misconduct. Kirby Dach, 10 minutes misconduct. Peyton Krebs, 10-minute misconduct. Messy at the end, but not the type of messy that it's gonna move the needle. Obviously, that's Cat Stevens. Now I'm curious. Gallagher Carbo. Really? What? How is that? Oh. First time in Montreal, your city is electric. It's crazy. Gosh, I wish I was there. Oh my gosh. Averaging 10,000 people out on the streets? Bonkers. how I felt at the beginning of the game versus now. You know, okay, let's talk about this. So when they were up 3 goals, I wasn't panicking, but Buffalo did not seem deterred. And they chased Lyon from the net. Like I said, I think in my video last night, the Lyon took the brunt of the blame there. And that's good that they were able to blame it mostly on Lyon. That the shot from Xhekaj, that was a beach ball. The power play goal, yeah. Tough one. But you could still hope for a save there. And then the shorthanded goal. Yeah, I'm sure you wish he would have tracked that better. So Montreal got lucky with a shaken Lyon, cowardly Lyon. Gosh, that would have been a good title for the video if they would have won. Shoot. Anyway, he took the brunt of the blame. They got him out of the game. Everybody kept their confidence, and worst of all, UPL comes in. He looks like the hero. Doesn't let a single goal in. But Montreal, even when they were ahead 3-1, how many shots on goal did they have? 3 or 4? And they were not finding offensive zone time. I think there was the second period their best period, 10 shots on goal. I think they had 7 shots in the third period. Anyway, I was not happy with their game even when they were leading. Anyone driving from Toronto to Buffalo tomorrow? What time do you guys think? 3 Amsroll, are you in here, buddy? He puts up excellent highlights on r/Habs. Yeah, he rarely joins these live streams, but I see him all the time on in the comments. I don't know if he's in the Discord community, but he's great. And I love everything. Every time he says something, it always makes 100% sense to me. Can we stop with the half-thrown towels? I can't be the only one that hate the win or lose we made so much progress posts. Like, can we wait after the game before we go on full retrospective mode? We could very well be playing till mid-June, and there are already people emptying their stash of copium. I'm here for the memes, not for the grim. Oh, yeah, okay. I kind of get it. Ole chants early in the... This has been an ongoing topic. There's a lot of gatekeepers about when you're not allowed Oleing. Do we have any hard feelings about that in chat? You should start Olaying when at least the team is winning. I think that's a preferred moment. The team should be winning. That should be like one of the caveats. But if it's been a difficult game and they've been really pouring it on and they're down by 1 or something like that, I think it's acceptable. There should be like a long list of rules. Isn't the Ole chant just meant to rally the team? Yeah, exactly. Like it's, I think it doesn't matter when they do it. They could do it whenever. There's preferred moments. Ole all you want. Superstitions are dumb. The fans are singing because they're having fun. A lot of people mistake the Olays for an alternate. Hey, goodbye. Yeah. Just have at it. If the team feeds off of it, which is another narrative that we can go down. A lot of people are saying that it's a home disadvantage. They play worse at home. Don't like the hey, goodbye until the last minute. The wave drives me nuts. And the banging on the glass. Yeah, the banging on the glass. Like how are these people affording the glass tickets if you basically left your cave to come watch a game? Where's that money coming from, caveman? I bang on glass. Me bang on glass. Hockey man, hear me bang on glass. I don't think we make as much of an impact as we like to think as fans, but I don't care. I love the environment in Montreal. Absolutely. Banging on the... Okay, yeah. It's true. I find the crowd olaying at dumb moments throws the team off. Maybe. I'll say this. I've noticed very rarely that during an Ole chant, like the opposing team scores. But when it does happen, you're like, oh, why were you guys chanting? Oh, this is what I was talking about earlier. So why did the NHL's official Facebook page put Buffalo in the third round already? Game 7 hasn't been played yet. This is when people were like, script's been leaked. The NHL's releasing the third round. This was cool. Wearing the Habs t-shirt under his astronaut jumpsuit. Okay, I think we've mined r/Habs for gold here. But I wanted to talk about a couple of other things. We talked about the abysmal Slav first shift. But Slav all night, he was like not making his passes. Weak with the puck. He was nazzing avec le puck. Le puck. N'est pas avec le puck. Get Drake to wear a Buffalo jersey. You are a genius. Get Drake to bet on Buffalo winning. But dang, unless he's like a huge Toronto Maple Leafs fan, he'd probably bet on the Canadiens because he probably wants like the positive Canadian press. That's a great idea though, Alk. There's something there. Yeah, Slav was just having an awful night. I think he needs a reset. Get him to play some more time on line 2. I don't know what the conversations look like when they start mixing up lines. I know that Martin St. Louis has that mantra that every line should be able to play every type of situation. And I used to hate that. But he's making it work in a way. Some lines are better at certain things and some lines are better at others. But I wish he would top load a line and top load it with the players that are succeeding. So if I see Demidov with more time on line 1, Yeah, that's I love that. What else did I want to talk about? Any other fun stuff that happened in this game? It's Jack Eye goal. Let's watch this. Oh, he's winding up for it. He just flips it in and line didn't see it. Okay, what went right here? Just a rocket. Let me go back a little bit. How did the play unfold? Demidov takes it into the corner. We can't really mess around too much with it. I don't want to get a copyright claim. Slav, they're passing around pretty good. And then it gets to Demidov. I see what happened. This is cool. Okay, they're passing it around. Slav goes into the slot. Then it came to Caulfield and then to Hudson, right? When they see Slav get into the slot, they contract. That opens up a lot of room along the edges. Hudson pinches and gets the puck to Demidov. Also, look at Lyon. He's having a hard time seeing past the 6'3" Slovak. And does he read the pass? He does read the pass. He's looking over. He's not looking at this where Demidov is already in this position. He's way not committing to getting over there fast enough. Yeah. Good cycle. Good cycle. Hope they watch that. And then this, of course. Oof. This is playing the video for a very long time. Whatever. Oof. Yikes. He was positioned great to stop that, but yeah. And took them no time to say, all right, Uka, Pekka, Luukkonen, you're up, bud. Your turn. Oh my gosh, man. Okay, here's where. Anderson's slow on watching Zucker here. I think Hudson had a bad shift here as well, right? Like they had opportunities, Dobson and he behind the net. They had opportunities to get it out. They played it weak. Can we see that? No, it's before this, I'm pretty sure. Hudson was shadowing Tuck. Gets it to the line. Anyway. UPL Express Delivery. It was Matheson and Carrier both had terrible. Yeah, they really did. Okay, I don't want to go through too much of this in case I do get copyright claimed. But let's look at the lines here. So I think we've already talked a lot about it, about the forward lines. Like I said, I wouldn't mind seeing Veleno taking the night off, especially just discovering that he, plays less than 10 minutes a night. Although that's still significant if you're only playing Gallagher 4 minutes or whatever, 6 minutes. Let's take a look at Gallagher's time. Oh, 7 minutes. 6:48, 6:48. I don't know. I like it. I like it. Veleno has not been good these past few games. He would not be shocked to find out that he's not going to be playing in Game 7. I really like when he plays a hard forechecking game, and his defensive skills. I don't know. Like sometimes they're excellent, and other times they're just awful. So, yeah. But his reputation overall has gone way up for me. Yeah. Matheson and Carrier cannot be a thing anymore. I love the idea of Lane Hudson and Dobson working together. It's just no, you can't. Matheson is too overworked with Carrier. When you put Dobson with Matheson, things just you feel a lot safer. How much time has Dobson been putting in? Has he been playing 20 something? Yeah, just put Dobson with him. Right? Am I stupid? Why not Matheson and Gooley? Gooley is left shot. So if you're going to play Gooley, you would do Hudson and Gooley. Gooley does share some of the good aspects that Dobson can provide offensively. And when you're playing Lane Hudson and Dobson together, you're thinking more of the offensive pushes. And when you're playing Lane Hudson and Caden Gooley together, Caden Gooley is not a right shot defenseman. And Lane Hudson's natural side, of course, is left shot. But how do I say this? When you're playing Lane Hudson and Caden Gooley together, Caden Gooley is taking the lead on the physical aspects of the defensive side of the puck. And being on the left side is not as big of a detriment against a line that is more used or ideally used in the offensive zone. Did I say that good enough? It's a tough thread to pull. And then Carrier and Mike Matheson, they could be, maybe rotated in certain circumstances on the power play, especially if another penalty killer is down, or excuse me, on the penalty kill, Mike Matheson and Carrier. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Carrier and Arbor Jacquet, yeah, use them sparingly together. maybe you have to do a couple of shifts where it's Carrier and Goulet. Yeah, get creative with it. But Matheson and Carrier, 5-on-5. What's that meme? It needs to stop. Cut Xhaka and Carrier to 6 to 7 minutes each game, or in game 7. Got to shorten the bench this time. Arbor has been awesome this postseason, but roll with the big four. Yeah. Xhaka Carrier as a pair has been awful in the regular season, if I recall correctly. Struble, he's rested. I don't know if he could pick up the pace of the game real quick, but it's definitely an option. I just wish Martin St. Louis would quit protecting Carrier's ego or whatever he's doing and say, Carrier, I think that you would benefit from like a game off, maybe just like a little bit of a reset. We looked at the stats. Here's what we found. I still respect you as a strong, but the thing is, he's also a right-handed D. So you can't be like, dang, I really wish we had another with Carrier, and I really wish we had another right-handed D, and then be like, Carrier, you're not playing tonight. We're putting a left-handed defenseman in. So, yeah, it's true. That's right. That's right. Carrier was out. They were running Xhaka and Struble together, and they were playing like a specific role. Like it was who are they getting paired with forwards? That was kind of cool when they did that. Good point though, 67. Yeah. And then finally, Jakub Dobesh. Jakob Dobish. Dobbs. Start Dobbs, game 7. Dobby. I don't think that's controversial, but a lot of people are saying Fowler for game 7. Let him rise to the moment. No, you got to go with Dobby. The thing for him is, and I think he's been working on this, is he's detaching his emotions to the pressure of the game. He's detaching his emotions to the outcomes. When he's playing the game, when he's in the play, when the play is when the clock is ticking, he's thinking about his mechanics. He's separating that aspect of the game for when after the whistle blows. That little shot to Dahlin. I love that. Freaking Sportsnet, man. They're like, oh, I wonder what his teammates think of that. Trying to like throw a rift into like the locker room? Like what the heck? Like, oh yeah, I bet his teammates are talking to him in the locker room about not doing that stuff, not talking back to the... What the heck? Some of you guys played hockey before. Why are you saying stuff like this? You just hate the Montreal Canadiens? Anyway. I think that he can cleanse his brain from that last game. Call it what it was. It was a bad game by everyone, except for, I wouldn't even say he played a bad game. He was there. He was there for the moment. I think that Hudson played a great game. I think that Demidov showed that he was engaged and wanted to do something. He wanted to be somebody who positively impact the game. But I think he'll be able to get back into his mindset and find his game in net that we've been watching for 13 games. His mechanics are so much better. I think that his conditioning is better. He's no longer losing his balance like he had been. He's no longer when he does his big pushes, he'll stay vertical. His mechanics have improved incredibly. I don't mind Ferraro either. Yeah, Bieksa, I don't know. Sometimes he I'd kind of like Bieksa, but sometimes he'll just say things I think that he thinks are. No, sometimes he has bad opinions. That's what it is. Sometimes he just has a bad opinion, and it grades on me a little bit. I like his old school opinions when he becomes like one of those old heads about hockey. Oh, it's meant to be gritty and this and that. Sportsnet are the worst. I went to ESPN. Ferraro is better than Simpson. Oh, Simpson, man. Bieksa is the new and improved Don Cherry. I actually really like Bieksa, but he tries too hard to be like the Spitting Chicklets guys. He's still way better than Whitney. Man, the Spitting Chicklets guys have been getting on my nerves lately. They've become caricatures of themselves. Almost like he's doing a Paul Bissonnette impression. Yeah. Agreed, Dave. Yeah, that's what we've been talking about. Sure is going to be fun regardless. Can't wait to watch it with the fam. Yeah, I mean, are we done talking about Dobesh and Fowler? If Dobesh looks like he's struggling out there, it'll probably happen really quickly. And they'll have to make the decision to move to Fowler, but I really hope that doesn't happen. Now let's talk about what I think they need to do outside of line changes and creating chaos from the line changes. I think that they also need to play a simpler game. Trust the forecheck. Trust that hard play will get you results. Put the goddamn puck on net. Shoot more. Enough of the quality shots, and the quality shots that sail just a bit above the crossbar or a little bit wide. Put some pucks on net. You've seen what happened with Dobesh. 3 pucks thrown on net. Just somehow makes it through traffic. You put the puck towards the net, good things happen. Get somebody out in front of the net, pounding in some garbage goals. How come we never get garbage goals? Huh? Can we just like stuff a puck behind a goaltender for once? Like it's a little bit irritating. Don't let them score in the first 57 seconds. That's important. Suzuki, the top line can't be the first one out. Please, gosh. If that happens, I'll probably bust a vein in my forehead. That's interesting. RDS getting back national French broadcasting rights. Playoffs are all about garbage goals. I don't know if they can change their identity that quickly, though, to be like, okay, everybody's going to run towards the net when there's a scramble. And it's crazy that Slav isn't just in front of the net at all times once they regain puck control and are in the offensive zone. Like, he should be trying to rotate in front of there as often as possible. If they lose, it might be better for them next season. More time to rest and come back healed up in September. Let Buffalo get banged up for another few weeks. No matter what happens, this playoff season for the Montreal Canadiens has been super important. All these young players getting these minutes, big minutes, a series win. Incredible for the development. Incredible for their must-win attitude. Incredible for understanding what it takes in a big game. The other things are just, again, the fundamentals of winning board battles, transitioning the puck out of the defensive zone. No more lazy throwing the puck up against the boards when you have defenders down there, picking it off and rotating the puck again, and especially weak plays close to the blue line that gets the puck turned around when the rest of the team believes it's going to get turned around and they start the transition. Gosh, I hate that. I hate when it looks like they're transitioning the puck and then I'm going to use Slav as an example. He puts the puck up the boards. Dahlin picks it up, puts it to somebody else close to, and Slav is trying to clear close to the blue line. It drives me bonkers. And yet, heck yeah, I don't want to, there's not a moral victory losing tomorrow night. I want them to win. I want them to show that they can do it, especially after that last game. You can only go off of what they say, but Suzuki said they can't let that be the last home game of the season, of the playoffs. And I really hope for them that it isn't, because if they take that to heart, that's a real bad one to go out on. Real bad one. They stunk it up. And I think it's okay for the fans to show that they didn't like that. They didn't like that type of effort. They stunk it up. They did not play their best, and there was definitely players that weren't playing their game. Anderson has not been a factor this series as much as he was in the first. Yeah. Probably his shoulders. Yeah. Suzuki. Suzuki's been getting picked apart. And it's because they're not getting enough space for Caulfield, because Caulfield does do some good work along the boards, and he can make some clutch plays, but I feel like he's Suzuki and Slav are being read too easily because Caulfield has taken his role as a shooter. Yeah, Caulfield could be hurt. Remember when he took the night off? Yeah, another Nui hat trick. That's another thing. It could just be one of those crazy games. It's hockey. That's hockey, baby. It tomorrow night could just be one of those games where freaking Jake Evans gets a hat trick or something stupid. It's not over, is what I'm trying to say. That was a bad loss. They move on. I disagree with Slavkovsky's inability to forecheck, Randy. He wins the initial battle, and then nothing happens. But they've just been the urgency that their opponents have had, Tampa and Buffalo, when the first line gets in the zone, they're picked apart. They play them like a hand of cards. Yeah, that's the playoffs. A lot of players playing through injuries right now. I didn't really have very much else prepared. It's 11 o'clock my time. Looking at the stats here, Hudson obviously proving how important he is to the team. The captain backing himself up enough. I wish that there was more from these guys, but 4 goals. The captain with 8 assists. You can't really complain. You're looking at Buffalo. You know, it's along the same lines, right? This is a tough division. You get what you come by, and New Hook. You can't be mad at New Hook. He's really come through great. This whole season for New Hook has been great. Really impressed with New Hook. Evans. Those 2 goals for Demidov was Super important. And I hope that tomorrow he continues his good trend. For me, he's hot right now. And I hope he gets a lot. Wait, let's see how much time he had last game. 17 minutes. Yeah, give him a couple more minutes. Get him up to 20. And time with Suzuki. And Caulfield and or Slavkovsky. Texier coming in there. A Texier goal tomorrow night would be clutch. Vive la France. Liberté, égalité, Texier. Bolduc, the French connection. If all of our French guys just scored, yeah, I'd be laughing. Doc could get one. Gosh, he was hot there for a second. Anderson, like you said, might be nursing an injury because, yeah, his impact in this series hasn't been as great. Although he was looking for some smoke with Greenway, which I don't know what's going on with Greenway, but he won't fight anybody. It looks like the only one he wants to fight is Dobesh. He wouldn't even fight Doc the other night. Look at Deneau. 5 assists. He wins the face-off. He gets it to someone. And then that person gets it. He gets a secondary assist. And they're just scoring off face-offs in their opponent's zone. Gooley. What's going on, Struble? Jeez. Really, 7 games? I don't even remember him playing 7 games. +3. Look at Jackeye. +4. Champ. Oof. Evans. +8. +8. He's on the penalty kill. Oh, I didn't realize that, man. Jake Evans. How much is his contract again? They're paying him peanuts. This is a guy that they would have such a hard time finding if they wanted to replace him. And he took a team-friendly deal. How come you can't see their face-off percentage? Oh, that's stupid. The NHL website stinks. All right, it's 11 o'clock. That's the time that I kind of told my family that I'd be done, even though we're like having fun right now. I'm also out of content that I wanted to talk about. 100. Oh man, we have so many viewers right now. Are you guys getting ads? Am I going to get ad revenue from this? That'd be so good. Don't get awarded a minus for PK goals against. That's right. What was I thinking? Dang. But still, 8. You think the penalties are killing us? Certainly that Matheson penalty didn't help. Connor Murphy would have been nice. I was saying that. Yeah. Go Habs, go. Love you, Whiskey. Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate you all. Like I said in a recent video, like the support has been incredible. This community is just so positive. And this is, you know, we're living in like a golden era for the Habs. There's things that are happening on this team, this old team, this team that has won the Stanley Cup more than any other team in the NHL. This team that has been here since the inception. There's things that are happening now with this team that have never happened on the team before or happened a really long time ago. So it's really fun. It's exciting. Things will continue to get better. Well, knock on wood, unless somebody gets really badly injured or something like that. But that nobody gets injured on the Montreal Canadiens. Yeah, just really appreciate you guys. Hope you're having a good weekend. Hope you enjoy your day off tomorrow. Pour la fête des Patriotes, Victoria Day. Is that what it is in French? Something like that. They don't call it Journée de Victoria. Certainly. But things over here have been great. My son's been enjoying his time at home recently. He made friends with the neighbors in the backyard. It's really cute. A little boy and a little girl. They play together. We have a trampoline. They play on the trampoline a lot. I've got my gazebo set up, and a couple of years ago, we bought a really nice outdoor sectional, like something that's going to last a long time. You know how you buy, here's a tangent that I'm going to go off on. You know how you buy patio furniture and it's like $800 for a couch and like two, maybe a couch and a love seat and a chair or something like that and a table. And it's like steel frame construction, and it's like a plastic outdoor wicker, whatever. And it lasts for like 3 years. Anyway, we spent like $2,000 on a nice outdoor sectional, and I really like it. And it feels like it's going to last for a really long time. But that $2,000 price tag on an outdoor piece of furniture, I was like, holy smokes, man. Like that's a tough one to justify. Anyway. Fête des Patriotes. Patriots. Excuse me. Do you have to say it like that? Is it like attaquant? The Patriots who revolted and got... Oh, right. For the attackers. Oh, Tien, I'm sorry. I'm logging out. Did you just log in? Patio furniture rant. Love it. That's a dad rant. I should do a segment. Dad rants with whiskey. I'm waiting for Canadian Tire ad now. Yeah. Canadian Tire will sell something for a good dropped price. You know what you do with Canadian Tire? Actually, I've gotten some free stuff this way. The tools used to be guaranteed for life. They're not anymore because it's Chinese garbage. But I would bring tools in and say, "Hey, this isn't it's not working properly anymore. Like I used it like a handful of times and it stopped working. Well, what's wrong with it? Well, it's shaking too much or whatever." So they'd give me a new one, and then I go back again. And how did I do that? I remember getting free tools one time. I can't remember how. Great story. There's ways to get free crap from Canadian Tire, and they got tons of it, so just don't feel bad taking it. Yeah, we'll talk about patio furniture. I'll start an alternate channel. Dad Vice with whiskey, and it's just gonna be Canadian Tire Tuesdays, Habs and Dads. There we go. Dang. Oh man, north of 67. Have you worked in marketing? Free left-handed screwdriver. Yeah. I accidentally bought the right-handed one. You can just grab stuff. They can't stop you. That's true. If you just walk out with stuff, they're not even allowed tackling you. I got to my truck like 6 times. I just kept going in and out. TV, sir, you have to pay for that. Okay, thank you. I already paid for it. Anyway, okay, I'm getting silly. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great night. I will talk to you tomorrow night. For those of you in the Discord community, hopefully I'll be logged in there. I'll also be pooping in my pants, so maybe not. I don't know. I might just watch the game from the toilet. Have a good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. If they do, cut them in two. Half for me.